Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So we got a post here that I wanted to bring to people's attention, and as well as some of the comments. So this person posts, I'm 24, no kids, got my own place and a degree. Why am I single? I worked hard to, quote, bring something to the table, but now I'm, quote, too independent. Successful women really can't win out here. I've bought cars, helped with job applications, took care of elderly family members. At the end of the day, it's not what I can do for a man. If anything, I was doing too much. So that was her post and her complaint. And this person said, girl, 24, go live your life and come back at 30. Bad advice. Bad advice. Or live your life means go hoe around. Paradise Paris actually, shout out to her, actually posted. She is wrapped up in her personal accomplishments, and that makes her feel entitled to a relationship. Nobody has to want you because you do well taking care of yourself. Okay? And this one says, man, you better enjoy your 20s. Stay focused on running it up. The rest will come. Again, bad advice. It's not what you do, it's how you make him feel, which is actually quite true. And then this comment was interesting too. So why y'all saying she's only 24? I met my husband at 20 years old. Lots of women are ready to settle down right after college and move on to the next phase of life. It's okay to want that. Okay. And this person's comment was also interesting as well. Said, from the sound of it, you're doing what most modern women do. List personal accomplishments that they want in a man, but that most men don't really care about in them. Not one mention of maintaining your femininity, softness, nurturing skills, support, submissive attitude, positive mindset, peacefulness, staying in shape, or homemaking skills. We are different. Most men don't want the same things that y'all want in us, and that's not going to change. So either give the men what they want, or the majority of men are going to go elsewhere and leave you alone, which I thought was an interesting comment as well. And here's my take. She is focused on the wrong thing. She's focused on talking points, essentially, and she's not focused on what's going on in real life. The talking points is you shouldn't have any children, still be young, and all of that type of stuff. And which is fine that she's 24 with no children. She's not a single mother. She has not made that blunder, which is wonderful. It's good. I hope that she keep it that way until she gets married. But the problem isn't in the first post, it's in the second one. Believe it or not. I bought cars, helped with job applications, took care of elderly family members. At the end of the day, it's not what I can do for a man. If anything, I was doing too much. You were doing the wrong things. You were doing the wrong things, likely for the wrong men. Okay. This is what a lot of modern women get caught up with when they talk about, oh, we built the man and then he left or it didn't work out. This is not, and I've said this so many times, this is not building with a man. You're trying to build a man. And those are two different things. Buying a car, helping with job applications, this and that. Listen, so if you had to help with job applications, that means that he didn't have a job to begin with. If you had to buy a car, that means he didn't have any transportation to begin with. You're so busy being his mom that you can't be his woman. And this is a big part of the problem. Men don't want their mom. They want their woman. Okay? You're not supposed to be doing all of this first of all, in a non-committed relationship. Number two, for what you doing all that for? What you doing? Like, what even are you doing? This isn't representative of you being wife material, because what a lot of modern women do is they do all this stuff, but they do it from a standpoint of I'm leading you. I'm telling you what's up. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving this to you. I'm building you up. And so you ought to be grateful. You need to basically kind of do what I say. It's born out of, more often than not, it's born out of a thing about control. And it comes off differently to the men than what the women think it come off as. They think it come off as she's being supportive and helpful. But a lot of times to these men, especially the type of men that they do this stuff for, it's not coming off as helpful. It's what his mama might have done. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of times these men are coming from their mom's house, and their mom will do all of this stuff, but she talk crazy to him. She don't really have a lot of respect for him and things of that nature. So you might be carrying that same energy. Like, you doing stuff, you buying him this and you getting him that, and you doing all of this other stuff. But at the same time, you're also carrying the energy of, well, I'm building you up, so you got to be grateful. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if y'all understand what I'm talking about. Like, the energy that is being done in is not, it's not the correct energy. It's not a feminine energy, really. And it's not the energy of a wife. It's the energy of his mom. And he don't want that. That's why a lot of times the men will take the help that you give. They'll take the support like they would have from their mom. But then at the end of the day gotta end. And he's going to get up on his feet at some point and then leave you alone. And the reason why he's going to leave you alone is because that wasn't quite what you were supposed to be doing in the role of a wife. You were doing stuff in the role of his mom. And that's not a good thing. When you are supporting as a wife, it's not that you're taking your man by the hand and showing him what to do. He has to get his purpose and get his vision and all of that type of stuff on his own. You're not there to give it to him. You're there to support him in his own thing. And a lot of times women are getting these men in their desperation to have a man. They are going to get men who don't have this stuff figured out yet. Like, they don't even really have a good concept of what they want to do with their lives and where they want to go. And so they're in a place in their lives where it's in between. They may do need a place to stay or something like that, you know. And a lot of times these guys are going to go along and get along for the time being until they figure out. See, all of the stuff that you're doing for them doesn't help them figure out their purpose. It's helping them kind of, you know, survive at this moment in time. But then they also resent the fact that you're trying to lead them, even if they're not in a position to lead you yet. The reality is that you're trying to force a relationship on a person that's not really in a position to do that. These types of dudes that I'm thinking of, that she really talking about, the guys that, you know, the homosexual guy, he's not in a position to really carry a relationship, especially the one that he would want to carry. Like, he's not in a position to carry a relationship the way he would like to carry a relationship. He's just not in that position in life, because there are a lot of men who end up really good husband material dudes that at one point was a homosexual in his young life. Like, especially you talking about early 20s and stuff like that. That's where it usually be at. He's out of his mom's house. He don't want to be over there, you know, and all of that type of stuff. So, okay, you going to give up the cheeks and, you know what I'm saying, let me crash over there for a while? Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll come over there until I get stuff figured out. In the meantime, the way in which you're going about so-called helping him is emasculating, and it doesn't breathe no life into him. And in reality, he has not focused yet. He has not formulated what he really want to do and how he's gonna do it. He's young, so he ain't really got that yet. He might be working on it, but he don't have it. And so trying to get him up to, you be trying to build him into the man you want him to be. And so you be calling yourself leading the relationship and trying to model what kind of treatment you want. But that doesn't work. And I don't know how many times y'all got to do that to understand that that's not how that works. This is why it's important that if you are the type of woman that wants to be married, your leadership is not what's necessary. Your followership is. That's what you got to work on. And that's what she did not say. She listed a bunch of tasks that she completed, but she didn't say how good of a follower she was on leadership, because based on the types of things that she's saying, she's not going to get the men who have solidified their own leadership style and how they carry out their life. So the reality is, when you're a younger woman like that, you need a man that's a little bit older than you. You know, he ain't got to be no super old man, but a little bit older than you. A man, what you're looking for is a man that has already gone past that stage that she talking about. He has formulated a concept and an idea about what he want to do. And he has also formulated like how he want to go about doing it. Now he can look for the kind of woman that's going to help him, that's going to be the best asset to him in order for him to complete these goals and complete these tasks and reach, you know what I'm saying, and fulfill the purpose that he set for himself and the vision that he set for himself. He doesn't know what kind of woman he needs before he knows his vision. You see what I'm saying? He don't know what kind of woman he needs. This is why a lot of y'all get left, because once he formulate that vision, you don't fit it. You don't fit that, the asset category. And matter of fact, you become a liability. And this is why he just, you know what I'm saying? This is why he moves on. So a man don't even really know what kind of woman he needs before he understands what his purpose is and his vision is as a man. Once he solidified that part of his identity and that part of himself, that helps establish what kind of leader he's going to be and all of this type of stuff. Like, he has to establish that type of stuff. And then he can look for a woman more suitable for all of that. And that has a better chance of working out. But just like the comment was saying, she didn't mention anything about her femininity or her followership in this case. She didn't mention anything about, you know, what makes her a wife or what makes her an asset or desirable. She listed accomplishments. Okay, I can take care of myself or whatever, which is fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you have to put those things in the proper context. And a lot of young women can't seem to be able to put those things in the proper category and proper context. They think that they can do tasks and that will make a man see them as valuable, when in reality, he either see you as valuable from the get-go or he don't. You're either a wife in his mind or you're not, or you're a stopgap. You could be a stopgap, a placeholder, right? You don't want to be a stopgap. But if you don't want to be a stopgap, you got to stop trying to wield control in a relationship by getting a man that you think needs you. And that's where a lot of the failure come from, trying to get a man that you think needs you. And so if he needs you and then you quote unquote come through, then he automatically supposed to see you as a wife. And that's not necessarily the case. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.